I think people have had enough of politicians who make empty promises at election time.
People who, some of whom may be watching tonight, is that if things go our way, there will be a new government in 6 weeks' time, and the banks aren't getting another cent. Anglo-Irish Bank is not getting another cent of our money. And any bank coming to us looking for more money is going to have to show how they're going to impose losses on their junior bondholders, on their senior bondholders, and their other creditors before they come looking to us for any more money.
You know what? So have I. It's about time politicians stepped up to the mark and took responsibility for their actions in government.
You have to make in this election is whether our budgets are decided in Frankfurt or whether they're decided by the democratically elected government of the Irish people.
Not empty promises, not hollow words, which is why I have in my hand the contract for a better Ireland.
Now let's be clear too. If as a country we accept the budget based on the EU-IMF deal, it will mean more of the same that we got in December. It'll mean more taxes, more cuts, high unemployment and no recovery.
We are giving $1.2 billion to people who probably bought these as Stephen said, bought these bonds at a huge discount. We're vastly enriching these people, and we're using that money to enrich these people, and at the same time devastating the lives of poor people in this country.
Calling it a contract for health services at work, a contract for safer streets, a contract for an end to government wasting your money, a contract which I now sign. And when I sign it, you know I deliver.
We will look after the old and the sick and the lonely and the vulnerable. Decide in the comfort of the cabinet room to take away your right to have a card beyond the age of 70 years. I reject it. The cheek of them. Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on them.
There are essentially three things we are saying here. Firstly, the deal with the EU and the IMF must be renegotiated. Labour is putting forward the basis for its renegotiation, and we're asking every single voter in the country to support us on this. Frankfurt's way or Labour's way.
We are not in favour of water charges. We don't believe in a flat rate, and you couldn't meter everybody within years. So our manifesto has clearly set out that we are against water charges.
Having fulfilled this contract, which I will now sign, and only having fulfilled this contract, will I stand again before you, the people of Ireland, and ask you to re-elect me as Taoiseach. And if I have not, I will not.
To get rid of Irish labour, Enda right thinking scrolls, but its powers of resurrection have not come yet. Irish labour is already dead. We're just here to bury it.
I think people have had enough of politicians who make empty promises at election time. And you know what? So have I. It's about time politicians stepped up to the mark and took responsibility for their actions in government. Not empty promises, not hollow words, which is why I have in my hand the contract for a better Ireland. A contract for health services at work, a contract for safer streets, a contract for an end to government wasting your money, a contract which I'll now sign. And when I sign it, you know I'll deliver on it. Let me remind you of what I said at the recent Fine Gael Ardèche.
This is a great country, but we can still do so much better. We can still be so much better. And we've spent so long waiting. We just can't wait anymore. Waiting for beds, waiting for operations, waiting for a school's place, waiting for Gardaí, waiting in traffic, waiting for a house. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had enough waiting. I've had enough of broken promises. You give me a mandate for a better Ireland, and I will deliver. And when you examine your contract, you will see and understand that all governments, all leaders, all choices are not all the same. You will choose the kind of government we get. One mark on the ballot paper. Will it be our Ireland, the contract Ireland, where yes, you will get a strong economy, but the difference is you will also get a government that looks out for you. If you want a hospital bed when you need it, free health insurance and GP visits for your children, sign the contract, vote Fine Gael. If you want more Gardaí on the streets protecting you, a system that puts victims before criminals, sign the contract, vote Fine Gael. If you want to make it easier to afford a new house or to trade up or trade down, sign the contract, vote Fine Gael. If you want real accountability in government and a halt to wasteful spending, sign the contract, vote Fine Gael.
I want to be absolutely clear. Having fulfilled this contract, which I will now sign, and only having fulfilled this contract, will I stand again before you, the people of Ireland, and ask you to re-elect me as Taoiseach. And if I have not, I will not. Because if you have lived up to your side of the contract, I will live up to mine. My word is my bond. I've put my name to it, so you can sign the contract for a better Ireland by voting Fine Gael on the 24th of May.